And all of the company's drivers and riders can expect a big shakeup this week. The Uber board of directors has reportedly decided unanimously that the rideshare company will adopt every recommendation from former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, who led an internal inquiry. Uber is battling some really bad PR right now amid reports of a toxic work culture involving sexual harassment and mismanagement. Today, the company's senior vice president was the latest executive to resign. So can the revolutionary tech firm bounce back, or is it too sullied to be saved? Let me ask Scott Martin. He's the CIO of Kingsview Asset Management and a Fox News contributor. Welcome back, Scott.
Good to see you.
Woo! So I think Uber is in real trouble because here in New York City, which happens to be the laboratory for ride sharing, you have Get, you have Juno, you have Via, you have Lyft. They are all gunning for Uber as the company's quality control is plummeting. They also have lawsuits, which I referred to, and a number of other marketplace issues. What is most problematic for Uber, Scott?
Oh, gosh, Kennedy, I don't know where to start. I mean, I like the fact that you mentioned lawsuits because there's the one big one, which is from Google for this little teensy sum of about $40 billion. Yes, that's with the B, sports fans, that talks about the self-driving car technology that they stole from Google by hiring a guy that they just fired, by the way, because he didn't turn over documents for investigation. So you have to see that that's looming out there, but plus the fact that you mentioned this PR problem, whether it's CEO Travis Kalanick yelling at one of his drivers when he was being recorded in the car, or the fact that they've had a lot of internal strife with regards to a toxic work environment. Yeah. The reality is Uber is falling apart by the day, and it probably starts at the top here with Kalanick as the CEO.
Well, we know that he's taking a leave of absence. I'm not sure what that means, but is it possible for the company to IPO at its current valuation?
That's a great question. Current valuation, depending on who you ask, is about $68 billion, of which, like we mentioned, the lawsuit would wipe out a considerable portion of that. But I'll tell you what, what's interesting about the IPO thing is it appears that they missed it. I think they had a chance. You mentioned the lead in there with all the companies, the Vias, the Lyfts of the world that have taken over a lot of market share from Uber. Uber still being the biggest startup in the country as far as a private startup in size. The reality is I think the IPO window has been missed, Kennedy, so they need to actually maybe get a new driver, a new chauffeur, say, in place for this company before they can talk about IPO plans, because I think the valuation of the company as it stands now is too high. Yeah,
and you know what? The most damning thing for Uber, at least for me as a customer, is word of mouth, because when you get in some of these other car service companies, you talk to drivers from Lyft and Juno, they say they get more money, and they feel like they've been used by Uber, and now the quality has gone down so much. I had someone pick me up in a 1964 Buick, and I had to ride in the trunk with 2 dead bodies, and still gave him 4 stars.
And that made you uncomfortable. You're telling me that made you uncomfortable. See, that's the kind of experience I've been looking for from Uber, and I haven't gotten anything but, say, like Toyota Corolla from, say, 2005.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. All right, well, Scott, someday you and I will put our heads together and make the world a better place with these kind of solid solutions. Fantastic, my friend. Just don't hear. Hey, Scott, thank you so much.
See ya.